Hello everyone, my name is Bhargav. I'm a developer at Archie.AI. Today we'll be doing a workshop on how to build a bot in 10 minutes. So before we jump into today's workshop, I'll give you a brief recap of what has happened so far. We have had 5 different workshops before this, all on artificial intelligence, and all these workshops were unique in its own way. And if you'd like to know more about those workshops, I'll be posting a link below this live stream itself so that you can check out what it was. So getting back to today's workshop, which is building a bot in 10 minutes, we'll be using IBM Watson conversation service to build this bot. All right, so you can, I think you can access my screen. Yes. All right, so go to Google and just type in, the reason I'm doing that is because you can get an idea on how to build it from scratch and where to sign up. So let's go to Watson conversation. So Watson conversation by IBM, selecting this link, get started for free. So yeah, again, I would like to tell you one more thing. As long as your API calls are not going beyond 10,000 API calls, you can use this service for free. I think it's taking time. All right, so I've already signed in here. You can see the first one which says the light plan, which is free as long as you have these features. Going to dashboard, where you can create your own workspace of the bot you want to build. We'll select bot in 10 minutes. I've already done it for you guys so that I can explain you rather than building it within this workshop. Now I'll be going to launch tool. There is documentation if you want to go more in detail, but I'll basically be explaining what exactly other things you might need to take into account in order to build this bot. So the first one is bot in 10 minutes. So it is especially for you guys live streaming here, selecting that. Okay, so this is the main workspace you'll be getting once you log in. Now there are 3 different parts which you have to take into account when it comes to building a bot. The first one is intents. The second one is entities, which you can see here, and the third one is dialogue. Now, dialogue is the main part which executes how your bot will be how your bot will be structured. Now, you can see that there are different ways in how you would want your bot to work, right? That is how we'll get into later on. I'll explain what intents are. Okay. Excuse me. So the first one is greetings. So there are different ways in which a user might greet or just come to the bot and say, hey, hello, right? I'm having 4 here, but we can always get more, just like this. We can add more here or say what's up if you want to add. A good practice would be having at least 5 examples under each intent. So what is intent? Now, basically Watson uses the user's intent, what the user's intent is when he or she comes to the bot, right? The first one is greetings. You can name it in whatever way you want. Now you can change it if you want to, but I'll keep it greetings here. Now, the second one is buy a coffee. So what are the different ways a user might ask? Like, I would like to buy a coffee, get me a coffee, I need a coffee. Can you sell me a coffee? Or order a coffee. That could be the 5th one, I guess. Yeah. So now having 5 here, then the suggestion portion, which is, can you suggest me something in case the user doesn't know what to buy, right? So I have a few options there, and there are more, which is yes. So there are different ways in which you can say yes, thank you. In case if you want to cancel the whole order, there's a cancel intent and then no. All right. Moving to the second portion of the bot workshop, which is entities. So what is this portion basically telling is there are 2 different parts. Now, any of the elements which are independent of the entire bot's structure, that is an entity. Talking about coffee size, there are 3 different sizes. Let's say the coffee shop is selling, which is medium, small, and large. Now, there are synonyms for small, large, and big. So using the synonym for small could be low price, cheap, cheapest, smallest, tiny. I've used those as 5 synonyms because the user might be thinking of paying the cheapest price for any of the coffee, right? Yeah, that is how you'll define entity for coffee sizes. Now there are coffee options. I've mentioned 5 options here, but you can have more if you would like to. Okay. Going to dialog part of the conversation of the bot, here you will be having a structure of how your bot will be going in a flow, how the user might be asking a few questions in case the user wants to get a coffee. The aim of the bot should be to sell a coffee. So keeping that in mind, the first one is welcome, greetings, get me a coffee would be a few of the questions there. Then there is which coffee. So we can have different nodes within each of the dialog portion, right? Like right here. The first one was welcome. Going to which coffee suggestion here. So let's say the user is asking for a suggestion. You can go to choose the coffee. Now you can see that there is a different way of giving a structured flow here. Clicking on the 3 dots, you can see add child node, add node above, or add node below. So if you click on add child node, it will go below the existing intent, which is suggestion portion. Now the second child node is choosing the options of the coffee, and there are 3 different options, which could be small, medium, and large. Yeah, so all these options are going below the choose the coffee option, right? Okay. Now we can test out the entire bot within this dialog portion, which is clicking here at the extreme rightmost corner, and it says nothing here. Let's say, hey, it says, hello, trying to wake up, I got you. Which coffee would you like? So let's say I do not know which coffee I want to buy. I would say, give me a suggestion. And it will say, here are a few coffee options, espresso, latte, and mocha. So here we can trick the bot if we want to, but let's say I see latte, but I think of vanilla latte instead. Let's say, vanilla latte, please. And it says, great choice, small, medium, or large. So we can choose either of these 3 options, and I'll say small, please. And now it says, all right, perfect, small vanilla latte it is. Your order will be ready for pickup in a few minutes. Now, you can see there were a few parameters here which says vanilla latte. Actually, you cannot see this. I think you cannot see. Let me move my screen a little bit so that you can see. I think that should be fine. Right. Okay. So the first parameter was vanilla latte. The second parameter was small. So as long as you have these 2 parameters which says vanilla latte is small, now you know what exactly is the coffee and what the size of the coffee could be. So you can either generate an online order or have an application which says that these 2 parameters are satisfied with this particular customer. You can take those parameters into consideration to generate an order. Now let's say in case if the user is typing here cancel order, or let's say cancel my order instead, it will say, okay sir, what would you like to change your order? So now I don't want to change order. I would say no, and order cancelled, thank you for trying us out, take care. So it could be anything. Now this is one of the generic topic which I've chosen of building a coffee bot. Even new users will understand this example because everyone knows what are the different phases of buying a coffee or ordering a coffee. You can always have different topics. You can replicate this same thing using the same form of intents, because greeting or maybe saying goodbye, these are intents which are very generic over any of the bot platform. All you have to figure out is how you'll create the dialogue system. This is the MVP bot. Now you can also always have extra features within this bot. This is a 10-minute bot which is giving you the base foundation of how your bot will work. You can have more features within this, like prices or what is the name of the user, things like that. So I think that is an overview of how you can build a bot within 10 minutes. I guess it is less than 10 minutes right now. If you can use the same services, you can use the same service for to integrate with either Facebook Messenger or maybe Slack if you want to. This could be used over any platform. I think that's pretty much it. If you'd like to know more about how this bot could be built or how you can add more features, you can always leave a comment below, and I'll also create a content page where I can give you an idea of what are the intents, what are the examples I've set in for each intent, so that you can replicate the same bot for your own self.
For the people who are just joining in, and a lot of people are commenting right now,
right?
I was wondering if you could go over the entire process to give it a summarize.
Okay, yeah, sure, I can do that. So I'll go back to intents, giving you an overview of how this whole thing was designed. I gave you an example of how suggestion portion, that is, let's go into suggestions now. So these are the few examples I've given under suggestion. That is, can you suggest me? What options do I have? What are my options? What do you sell? Suggestions, please. So I've given more examples so that Watson can basically classify and understand that any of these questions or questions relevant to this should fall under the suggestion intent. The more the number of questions or examples you have, the easier it is for Watson to classify. Easier it is for Watson to classify whether this question falls under that intent or not. Going to the cancel the order, please. So I have 4 right now here. And that is cancel the order, please. I don't need that coffee. I'd like something else instead. So let me show you something when the cancel intent is selected. I think I didn't go through that, and thanks for asking me the question. I can show you what exactly happens when you do cancel order. So here, let's say change order, right? So if the user is writing cancel the order, we respond with, do you need a suggestion instead? Now, if the user types in yes, let's look here. It says jump to which coffee. So how I've done this is I've clicked on the 3 dots here, and you can click on jump to. So if the yes intent is selected, we'll jump to which coffee, which will be all the way up, goes to the suggestion block of the dialog portion. Now it will again ask, okay, would you like to order something else instead? Or again, it will give you options, and you can select from those options itself. So there are many more things you can do within this. Things like in entities, there is an extra feature which Watson has provided now, which is system entities. That is sys. So these are predefined entities. I haven't selected any of those because I didn't need it for this bot itself right now. The first one is sys person, sys location. Here you can, so the first one is recognizes the following formats. That is Anna, Bob Smith, or John. So these are different names. They have given examples. Let's say my name is Bhargav, and if I come to the bot will basically understand that it is Bhargav who has come to the bot and not someone else, right? So it will directly greet, hey Bhargav, hey Bhargav, welcome to this coffee bot, or something like that, and say, what coffee would you like to order? So it becomes very specific to the person, and also there are more entities here like location, time, date, currency. There could be, you can use the same bot over different countries. Let's say it could be dollars, pounds, or whatever. Yeah, I think these are the features which Watson has right now. Now let's say you want to, now let's say you created the entire conversational bot. Now you can import or export this entire bot within an within a CSV file, and you can use that just in case if you want to modify the whole file or things like that. I think, yeah, it went beyond 10 minutes, but again, it was built within 10, and you can always do much more than what I've built here. This is an example. If you need any suggestion or how we could use this service for our own product, so we have a product called Archie.AI. We are using natural language classifier, but our next project will be how to build a context-based conversation bot so that we understand how intents could be used to give a proper flow to the user's conversation, right? If you have any suggestions, drop us a comment, or you can always send a private message and we'll acknowledge all of those. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Wednesday. And again, all our previous workshops, the link will be posted. So please tune in. Thank you.